Okay, so here we have PCI DSS requirement number 1, which is dealing with firewalls and routers and their configuration. And now we're at 1.1.5, description of groups, the roles those groups have or the authorizations they've got, and their responsibilities for management of network components, right? They're not all going to be run by one individual. So you need to know which groups have that, what are the roles, and then what are their responsibilities. So what are we looking at here? Verify that firewall and router configuration standards include a description of the groups, the roles that those groups have, and the responsibilities for management of the network, and making sure that all of that, again, is documented. Let me make that smaller so we can actually see it here, and all those components. Okay. 1.1.5b, again for the testing procedure, is to interview personnel responsible for management of network components to confirm that roles and responsibilities are assigned as documented. Again, you don't want Bob thinking that Joe's in charge of it, and you don't want Joe thinking that Sally's in charge of it, and then it just never gets done because each one is assuming that somebody else had that role or responsibility. So they need to be very delineated. Okay, so the guidance again, why? This description of roles and assignment of responsibilities ensures that personnel are aware of who is responsible for the security of all network components. Again, you may have a subset of components that one group handles and another subset that another group handles. It's very important that these two groups don't get confused as to whose responsibility it was for what, and that those assigned to manage components are aware of their responsibilities. In other words, if Bob has this subset of the network and he's in charge of making sure that all patches are uploaded there and documented, etc., that he actually knows it is his responsibility. If roles and responsibilities are not formally assigned, devices could be left unmanaged. Again, come back to that. Something went crazy. Everybody rushed in the middle of the night to fix something. That happens. And you slap in a new router, and that was just to fix something that had happened that night, whatever. And then everybody goes home because they're tired, and they assume that somebody did something. So again, having roles and responsibility will help alleviate those kinds of problems of having something put out there that then gets forgotten.